Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news in the NBA right now. Lord have mercy. The New York Knicks, yes, they have made a move. They are pairing a guy with my man Jalen Brunson. We're gonna break it all down about OG and Anunoby. But they have the RJ Barrett era in New York City is over. You know, and like I stated before, the Knicks out here running around looking for a superstar, and I wanted RJ gone, but I don't know if it was necessarily for OG. But we're gonna break it all down nonetheless. OG Anunoby is a New York Knick now, and ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna thoroughly embrace him. You know, I'm just gonna let that be known right now. Um, RJ Barrett, third overall pick, you know, in the league. And like I stated before, I thought that he tried to do everything it was to stay around as a New York Knick. Whenever you have Zion Williamson, you know, doing their thing and all of that, I think that it's gonna be tough. It was always pressure on him. When you see in John Morant, he comes back and he's just electrifying, you know, and you on the Knicks, like I said, the Knicks struggling. Now, I'm telling you now, right now, OG is only averaging 15 points a game this year. They also traded for Precious Achua. I really don't know about this move right here. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real. I'm not thrilled, you know, with this move. I'm not. You know, RJ Barrett, 18 points. I think they seen all they needed to see when it comes down to Mr. RJ Barrett for whatever reason. But I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. The New York Knicks know what time it is now. They made a move. Now, we all know that OG defensively is an upgrade over whatever you was getting from RJ Barrett. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. The Toronto Raptors reportedly agreed to trade forward OG Anunoby to the New York Knicks in exchange for RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and draft considerations. OG Anunoby is 26 years old. He spent his first 6+ seasons in Toronto. He is averaging 15.1 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game, while shooting 37.4% from three-point range. A prototypical 3-and-D wing, Anunoby became coveted by several teams as soon as the Raptors began seriously exploring his market. Toronto is in the midst of a roster retooling after firing head coach Nick Nurse and allowing Fred VanVleet to leave in free agency. It's unlikely Anunoby will be the only Raptors star on the move this season. Pascal Siakam will undoubtedly draw interest in the trade market as he also slated to be a free agent over the summer. It's worth noting there's likely some remorse from the Raptors front office that the team did not act sooner making a deal. You know, the Toronto Star reported that the Raptors once turned down an offer for 3 first-round picks for Anunoby. This is what people was out here advertising for OG. In that sense, the Knicks may have landed a steal. Anunoby's production has plateaued from an offensive perspective, but he's been viewed as a player who could flourish with a greater opportunity. Ever since his NBA debut in 2017, Anunoby has consistently been a territorial figure in the offense rather than a focal point. New York will hand him some added responsibility alongside Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. At the end of the day, RJ Barrett, nice and all that. I'm hurt about Emmanuel Quickly, believe it or not. I mean, like I said, I loved Quick. I'm gonna keep it 100. If I'm a Raptors fan, I don't know who won this deal. You know, I don't know. You know, the Raptors walking away pretty good. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real. This guy, and I'm gonna break this down later. This dude, Masai Ujiri, he's a shrewd operator. You understand? He's shrewd. You know, what he's trying to do is evident. But at the end of the day, the New York Knicks, they trading Quick. He's 15 points per game. This guy, Emmanuel Quickly, could eventually, you talk about OG in a greater role. Put this guy in a greater role. Now they going down there to really just get better. You know, they're going to be in Toronto. Listen, um, what I will say is this: they're sending R.J. Barrett home. R.J. Barrett is from Canada. He's going home. So at the end of the day, if you the New York Knicks, they did right by R.J. Barrett. You understand? He's a Canadian, and he's going to turn into that star. And I think this is going to be the problem now, because now you're going to be on R.J. Barrett watch. R.J. Barrett is a problem. You understand? And I think this trade, him getting traded and moved, this is going to be a wake-up call for him, because he never was the guy in New York City. He never was the guy. Now you going home for your hometown team, Canada. You know how much he loves Canada. You understand? Now you got that Toronto cross your chest. You're going to have Drake and all that. We're going to break it all down, what this means for R.J. Barrett. We ain't done yet. We just getting started with this trade. We're gonna be breaking this down all day. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to Flight Sports TV. There's so much stuff to talk about. We're gonna be going live tonight involving this move, and we're gonna break this trade down as well, because the New York Knicks have made a move. Mind you, with some cash consideration involved here as well. So I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know who won this deal. Precious Achiuwa. He's a decent big man in my humble opinion. But the only thing I'm concerned about, I'm gonna keep it all the way real, is possibly my man turning into a superstar. And that's I know who I'm talking about right there, and that's RJ Barrett. I'm very concerned that this guy is going to turn into that guy. And that's the last thing that we're gonna need. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real with you. I'm concerned about that. RJ Barrett and OG Anunoby, they're gonna be looking at each other for some period of time. I want to look at Precious's stats. Precious Achiuwa, he was drafted by Miami. I was impressed by him and his production. He's averaging, what is he averaging this year? 7 points, 5 rebounds. Maybe in a better role, he might expand his game as well. I'm not sold on Precious like that. I would have liked if they could have got one of them shooters from Toronto. But as I'm looking at the Raptors roster, they sending they listen. I'm looking at some of these players that they got here. They got this guy RJ Barrett is going to play with Scotty Barnes, Pascal, Gary Trent. There's some talent here. But the New York Knicks, they just got to make sure they develop Precious Achiuwa. He could turn into that superstar next to Brunson. And I think they won this deal, and we're going to watch those two, because I think RJ is going to want to prove that, wait a minute, y'all, this guy, and like I said, RJ got the talent. It's deep down in him. It's just, I think this move has just brought it out. RJ Barrett comes home to Toronto. It's Flight Sports TV. You already know what it is. Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe for more news, updates, and more. It's Flight Sports.